Welcome to the Git Go. I am getting going on this again. It's Thursday, March something, 4th, I don't remember. I really like to move on from this background because I'm anxious to get into the foreground, but can't really do the foreground without doing the background first because, for instance, I've got teasel stems coming up in the foreground and some in the mid background here. And if I didn't finish the background first, I'd have to like put washes over it and paint over it, and then I'd have to I wouldn't want to be trying to color around those little stems, so I'd end up having to cover over them, and then I'd have to tediously, try to get the paint off of them, but it wouldn't work totally, and so then you have to paint them again. And I mean, this is some indication why these paintings are expensive, because there's a lot of going over and then repainting. I've done these trees like 4 or 5 times already because I keep putting paint over them and then washing it off. And I have to do that again now because I actually realizing that this is too much contrast back here. And these brush strokes and these little grasses back here are too big because as the grasses recede, they get less, more refined looking, unless you have big palm leaves or something. As you can see down here, I have bigger grasses, and it's getting smaller, and as you go back, that creates a sense of distance. So I have to do some wash back here and try to lighten the dark trees and soften the grasses, even though I like that cool pattern I did. So I'm gonna have to sacrifice some of that to make this whole area recede more. So there's a lot of things that I'm paying attention to while I'm working. A lot of it is color. Things in the background have a duller, often cooler color, and they get warmer and brighter here in the foreground. So I mix a whole lot of dabs of paint, on my palette, and I just add all the darker shades, duller shades to what I'm working on back here. And as I go, there will be more contrast down here, more darks against lights, and bigger grass strokes, and warmer, brighter colors. And there's a lot of other things too that I'm working on, and someday I may do some videos that are a bigger explanation of how I work. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get rolling, and just anxious to finish this part so I can move on to the teasels and the grasses and the other little plants and the other little plants and the other little plants and this little thing.